Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome if you are new here. My name is Shan from HomeWithShan over on Instagram, and I post loads of content over on Instagram and on here about motherhood, a little bit about wedding planning, but also I do some stuff on saving, investing, and also budgeting your income, because I don't really see many people on here just budgeting like their day-to-day lives that aren't like guru investors, but like just your normal person. I'm gonna jump straight in and talk about how I actually budget my money, but also how I stick to that budget. So how do you make a budget is one thing, and how do you stick to it is definitely another. And I'm really excited because this video is in collaboration with one of my favorite apps I've ever downloaded onto my phone. Let me tell you, Hyperjar is the one. Hyperjar is the first ever account to be built entirely around you, your money relationships, your plans and priorities. Honestly, I'm really impressed with it, and I cannot wait to show you how it's going to literally change your life, your budget life. If you've seen previous videos of mine when it comes to budgeting, you'll see that I've broken down my income, my outgoings, and then what I've got left over, and how I split that up into maybe like different pots, but only pots in my head. Whereas actually what is really cool about Hyperjar is the apps. You can split up your money into completely different jars. That's like the whole point of this app. Basically, it helps you to plan and organize your money so much more efficiently than if you were to just try and do it in your head like I was trying to do. Yes, I had a spreadsheet, but it would only say like money for birthdays or like whatever, but I'd still have it all in the same account. So I tended to actually dip in and spend that money on things that I didn't actually allocate the money for, hence me not sticking to the budget that I'd actually set myself. With Hyperjar, it's working alongside that account, my main bank account, to help me plan and organise my money better than I've ever been able to do it before. You can have as many online jars as you possibly want, and it just makes it so easy to compartmentalise your money in a way that is visually, aesthetically pleasing to my brain. And you can actually just share the jars and stuff with your family and friends and all that kind of stuff as well. I'm going to jump on the app now and show you my jars, how much money I've got in each of them, how I've allocated them, and the types of things that I'm putting away in this account. So I've just popped it up on the screen, my Hyperjar account. How this works is you get a bank card sent to you in the post. This is what they look like. All of my details are on the back, hence why I can show you it. But I basically bank transferred all of the money that I had sitting in one account. It was called my sinking fund in my main account, and in my head I knew what that kind of money was for. It was things like if I need my car service, or if I need an MOT done, or if I need to give a wedding deposit for something, things like birthdays, things like new clothes for my son George. All of those things in my head, I knew that that was what that money is for. But I couldn't allocate certain amounts to any of those things other than mentally. What Hyperjar does, which I think is really cool, is you can set up as many jars as you want, and you can allocate this money and spread it out through all of the jars. Little man has just come to join me for this section because I'm going to be talking a little bit about him, and he woke up from his nap slightly earlier. So I wanted to talk to you guys about how you can use Hyperjar for your kids as well. Obviously George is a little bit young to have his own bank account, but what I can do is save for his future in this. I can have his own jar. I can also get a free kids card from Hyperjar and add money to that. When he's older, I'm definitely going to be using this for his pocket money, things like that. I can help him get like literate with money from such a young age, because Hyperjar give him a kids account, but you can still control it all from your app, like your adult app. So if we're in the shop someday and he points at a toy and he really wants this toy, but he's only got, you know, £10 and the toy is £15, then I can explain to him that he needs to save up, that in 2 weeks time he'll have enough money on his card, and it will help him to understand the importance of money. Obviously this is when he's a lot older, but I just feel like it's such a good stepping stone to financial literacy. You can see that all of my money is spread across lots of different jars, and I'm only going to use the money that's in those jars to pay for those things, if that makes sense. So I've got clothing, wedding deposits, car insurance, Tesco, honeymoon, car maintenance, birthdays, petrol, George's expenses, and eating out. So the yellow clothing section is my clothing, anything that I want to buy for myself. I've got £25 left in that budget for this month. I haven't actually spent any money this month on clothes, so that's like my allowance, I guess. But every month I don't buy clothes. Maybe 2 or 3 months will go by where I don't spend any, and then I spend like £50. So I allow myself sort of £25 a month for clothes. The big one, the one that most of my money is going into at the moment, is wedding deposits. I've coloured that in pink, and I've also coloured the honeymoon one in pink because they're just kind of related, I guess. The really cool thing with Hyperjar that I can use though is with the wedding deposits one specifically, I can add money to it and my partner can add money to it because you're allowed to share jars. So if you have an upcoming event, or even if you're just going out for pizza, or if you're going for a meal or something, you can actually like collaborate on these jars together. So for example, with the wedding, if I wanted to put in some money and Ash wanted to put in some money, or maybe my dad wanted to put in some money or something like that, we could all put it into the same pot and we'd all be collaborating on the jar together. The next one is clearly car insurance. The reason that I've got that one on there is because I'd like to pay for my car insurance outright at the end of the year, and if I keep popping money in there every month, I can have a lump sum in there ready for when I need to pay for my car insurance in one lump sum, and I'm not going to notice the big difference when it comes to the end of the year, and then I don't have to pay extra for paying monthly. I find this a really good method because I'm not going to ever dip into that money. If that money, for example, was sat in a separate bank account, just like a normal bank account, I wouldn't know that it was for car insurance, so I would maybe spend it at Tesco or for wedding deposits or for clothes or something like that. So in my head, I wasn't really across all of the details, whereas now I'm really aware of what money is for what. You can see that I've also started saving for our honeymoon as well, which £125 is definitely not going to buy us a honeymoon just yet, but I'm starting saving now so that when we do get to the honeymoon stage and we have enough money in there, I haven't spent it elsewhere because I know that it's properly allocated in my Hyperjar account. The next one is car maintenance. That's like car service or an MOT or something like that. Again, I'll keep putting money in every month until that needs doing, and again, I'm not then going to spend it elsewhere. Again, then I'm not going to notice it when it comes to getting my MOT done because I've been putting it away in dribs and drabs throughout the year, and I've not been spending it because it's tucked away in my Hyperjar account. So that's how I use my Hyperjar account, and if you really want to get one of these bad boys, you can get one for free and get the app for entirely free. Like, I just can't believe how much of a good deal this is, and you can just hook this up to your Apple Pay if you want to use it like I use it. So for all of my like sinking fund activities, you can do that as well. I actually use this for my Tesco shop as well. Me and my partner both use this when we go shopping. A really simple way of doing this is literally by tapping on Tesco, linking it with your Hyperjar card. That way it is literally able to spend directly from your jar when you're using your card in the shop. So for example, when I pull up at Tesco, I will get open the app and then I will literally just link it until either I say unlink or I can just link it once. So the next time I shop in Tesco, it will literally spend it directly from my jar. It's so perfect. Another really beneficial thing, actually probably my favourite feature of Hyperjar, is if you shop with retailers frequently, then you can put your money into HyperMoney and you get a return, an annual gross return of 4.8% interest on that money. The only thing is you have to use that money with that retailer. So for example, if you shop at Not on the High Street quite a lot, then you can use the money that you allocate into your Not in the High Street fund. So say if you love getting personalised gifts for your friends and family and you know that you spend about £100 a year on gifts, then you can put £100 into your Hyperjar account for notonthehighstreet.com and actually get a 4.8% return on that money, on that £100, which is way better than any savings account you're ever going to actually get. The only thing is, like I said, you have to spend that money at Not on the High Street if you allocate it to Not on the High Street. But Hyperjar have got loads and loads of partners that you can look at and you can allocate your money to any of them. Equally, you don't actually have to do that. That's just an added benefit if you do want to see like really high rates of growth on your money. The main thing that I use this for is for petrol. Because they have Shell as a partner on their platform, I'm able to allocate money to Shell, which is my local garage anyway for petrol. There's a Shell everywhere, let's face it. I get 4.8% return on that money and I literally can connect this wallet with Shell. So if I spend money at Shell, it will automatically spend the money from this jar rather than having to transfer money and all that kind of stuff. So I literally just transfer the £50 I already had in my petrol fund into my Shell Hypermoney, and that way I'm going to get the return on my money, the 4.8% that they promise, and every time I spend money at Shell it will come out of this jar automatically. From the second you put the money into Hypermoney, you can see it growing straight away. Like I said, it goes a 4.8% return per year, but you can see here that it's going up straight away as soon as I've put it in today. I really love this aspect of Hyperjar, and the fact that they've got really good brand partners on here like Shell and Not on the High Street, and things that you would genuinely use all the time. I think it's a really smart way of growing your money as well as making sure you're budgeting properly. I think the main thing is to get yourself one of these bad boys, hook it up to your Apple Pay, allocate your jars, and really use this. I mean, I know it's black, but I do feel like this is my golden ticket right now because it has literally transformed my budgeting life. It's helped me actually set a budget and stick to it. This, guys, just order it now. It literally takes seconds. I literally put in my name, my address, and that literally arrived within 2 days. So I would download the app, get yourself one of these cards, and start transforming your budgeting life. I should also say all the legal stuff that Hyperjar is completely FCA approved. It's an e-money account that helps you budget your life, basically. It's like a normal bank account, but better. Okay guys, I really hope you found that video helpful, insightful. I hope you are literally downloading the app as we speak. We're ordering our cards as we speak. I'm so grateful for Hyperjar for sponsoring this video, and I'm so grateful for you for watching. Let me know if you want to see any more budgeting videos. I'm really keen to do a wedding budgeting video as well, which I'm definitely going to be using Hyperjar for because it's the only way I'm ever going to budget from now on. Any of you parents out there, I feel like this is a must, especially if you've got little ones that you're looking to teach financial literacy to. I genuinely can't recommend this enough, but I am gonna love you and leave you. Do let me know if you pick up your Hyperjar card down in the comments below, because it would mean the world to me to see you guys literally transform your lives through the best app that I've got on my phone. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. Bye.
'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.